Hey, what's up, everybody? So I'm driving away from the Caucus right now. I'm recording because there's no phone signal, so I can't stream. Where I was, it was really remote. I'll tell you a little bit about it. So the reason I haven't been able to stream very much is it's been a constant drive here, drive there, gotta go. I was stuck at the airport for a while there. That was a mission and a half. Big shout out to Juanito and Chris Gidtree for having me come stay with them for the night when I got to town. I headed over to meet up with Tom the Connector, our friend, and I got to see, Kai and Will Exham and Detective Luis and everybody over at the sorority house. That was really cool. But then I had to take off really far north into the east. It was a weird situation because they had a really strong Pete organizer there, and she had bootied the town up, so she came in really strong. Then Amy came in really strong too, so we had a really skewed number for those two right at the beginning. Surprisingly, Bernie didn't do that well out in this rural area. He actually, but he was still viable, Biden wasn't viable, we weren't viable, and neither was Steyer. The Biden people sank with their ship. They didn't even realign, not many of them at least. I think a couple did. Our people went over to Klobuchar because it was like a large group and they felt comfortable with them, I tried my best to try to make an unviable group, but that didn't seem to work out that well. And the people that I had didn't seem too interested in doing the tactical thing, We got a resolution submitted, which was really cool to have happen, but when it went down, they didn't vote on all the resolutions to go into the next into the county. They shot it down. Yeah. And it was the Pete people too, because I spoke with them, and and they seemed interested in supporting our resolution, but they shot it down, So remember that, Yang Gang. I mean, that whole legion of Pete people, they shot it down, and they acted like they were up for it. So let's think about that. I'm going the wrong way. So that was an interesting experience, but it did not turn out how I would have liked it. But to give you guys some warm and fuzzies, I talked with some of my friends at HQ, and we're viable in quite a few places. We're not... I don't know. We'll see, though, if we can get that 15% threshold statewide, because that's what matters, right? And if we can walk away with delegates. But I was watching the Slack, and it looks like Bernie did well in the cities with the young people, and in the rural areas and with the older people, Pete and Amy split it up. To be frank, I think that Pete's going to walk away winning the perception game, as far as the overall picture amongst everybody. And Klobuchar is going to come out looking good too, but I think it's really skewed when you consider that Amy's essentially raiding from the north, and then Pete was essentially raiding from the east because he's only 2 states away. So they had a proximity advantage that they made work for them. So it is what it is. But New Hampshire's coming up, and then we're going out west, right? Nevada. Then we're going to South Carolina. I think that the effort in South Carolina is going to surprise everybody. What I'm crossing my fingers for right now, though, is that we get delegates, guys. So hopefully we managed to pull that off, but I'm waiting just like you are. So I just thought I'd give you an update, let you know what I know, and I'll post some pictures and stuff like that here when I get a chance to. I'm just sending this out, and hopefully I got a signal now.